2022 had some amazing games, but in this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 that I played in 2022. These are some amazing games, but if I missed one, forgive me, there's a ton that I didn't play, and this list of games that came out last year was absolutely ridiculous. So let's go ahead and talk about the games that I played that I think were definitely worth mentioning. The first game we have to talk about is Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the Nintendo Switch. And honestly, this is a game that you're probably thinking, oh, it's just another Switch game. It's the exact same Kirby game. That's not the fact. This game is absolutely amazing, and it's a new take on the Nintendo series from Kirby, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I think this game was an amazing game, and I definitely think it was well worth picking up. So if you've ever played it on a Switch, you know what I'm talking about. This was a great platformer, kind of open world field kind of game, but not necessarily an open world game. I love this game. No matter what, this is a game that I'll go back and play over and over again. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of thinking about playing it again right after this. So it's definitely a game you should be playing. Game from my Playdate, which is a weird handheld that comes with a bunch of games via the season over time. But honestly, Casual Birder has to be one of my favorite games. This is a weird game, but it really reminds me of Pokemon, so anytime I want to play a quick kind of stylistic game that's like Pokemon, I will grab Casual Birder. This thing is absolutely amazing. Playing with it in your hand is truly awesome, but basically you take and walk around with a camera and you take pictures of birds. It's pretty much like Pokemon, but not. You're not capturing them other than taking actual capturing of photos. But overall, it's pretty interesting. You learn about different birds. This really has the artwork style of Pokemon if you play like the old ones like Red and Blue. But overall, I really enjoyed this game. And it's a short game, maybe like 2 hours long max, but I really definitely thought it was awesome. It was interesting, and it's an indie game that deserves more love. The next game we've got to talk about is Ollie World on the Nintendo Switch. And this is a weird game because it's an on-rail skater, but it's also an action and adventure kind of platformer. You're basically grinding down the rail or skating from left to right, and then you're trying to hit tricks and grinds and make jumps. And overall, it's a pretty simplistic game, but it's still a ton of fun, and I love playing this. The artwork is great, the music goes along with it very well, and it's just challenging. Every platform or the next place you gotta get to is totally awesome, and it just keeps me wanting to go back and play this over and over again. And honestly, I think it's a ton of fun. It's a cheap digital indie game, and I'd love to have this physical, but sadly I don't. It's a great game. If you've never played it or checked it out, you definitely should, and I'm really glad that I picked this up for the Switch. The next game on this list has to be a game I've really been enjoying playing on my Steam Deck, and that's Power Wash Simulator. Now, this is a pretty simple game. You're just cleaning things like this car needed to be washed, so I washed it. So, for the most part, this is a really simple game, and you're just going through different levels cleaning things. And now, it seems to be a really simple game, but it's actually a ton of fun. And the more you play it, the harder and longer it takes to get through levels. And I'm like 95% done with the game. I haven't quite finished it yet, but I will do that soon. And I absolutely cannot put this game down. I've been playing it on my Steam Deck, which makes it perfect for portable mode. And I really have been enjoying it. It's one of those games that I got addicted to right away when I got it. And I just haven't been able to put it down. And it's a ton of fun. And last but definitely not least is a Pokemon Legends Arceus. This game is totally amazing. I love the open world aspect of it. The way you can actually see Pokemon and avoid them if you don't want to catch those signs. But ever since I got this game, I couldn't put it down until I finished it. It's one of those games that I'm definitely going to go back to. I really enjoyed the gameplay of it. The way I kind of had to figure out where Pokemon were and figure out what Pokemon I needed to catch and all of that. It's just a solid Pokemon game. Probably one of my favorites that they've released in maybe the last 5 or 10 years. It's really amazing, and I really want to see more like this. I think the open world kind of kind of feel of it is totally amazing. Now, I know it's not completely open world, but you get what I'm talking about. It's a ton of fun, and I really enjoyed playing this game, catching Pokemon, battling Pokemon, and everything about this is just a game that I would definitely love. And of course, it's on the Switch, it's portable, it's something that definitely needed to be made, and I absolutely loved it. So there you have it. That was my top 5 games that I played in 2022. Now there's a ton of awesome games that I either didn't play or they just didn't make it on this list because maybe I didn't finish it or whatever. But if you've got games you think that should have been on this list, comment down below. Also, if you noticed, most of these games that I played were portable or somewhat made to be portable. Obviously, Power Wash Simulator isn't necessarily portable, but if you've got the right system to play it on, it can be. So that's kind of where I leaned hard this year. Obviously, 2022 was a great year for portable gaming, and I really took that to the full advantage, and I really enjoyed it. So that's what I got for you. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Here's to an awesome 2023. I've got some amazing games and videos and ideas coming up. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get out of here. So check that video out if you haven't already.